Well, how y'all doing? It's PawPaw again, and I want to tell y'all something. To me, there ain't nothing no more aggravating and no more frustrating than these darn apps and these telephones that are smarter than I am. Oh man, when they first come out, I'm like, what the heck? So, I got this cell phone right here. And I busted a fool out of the glass, and heck, I didn't even want one of these smartphones with a screen on it and all that, because I knew sticking a bit of my overalls or whatever, I was going to break the glass, and I did. But my wife insisted. She didn't want me to have that flip phone no more, which I loved, put it in my pants pocket and go on about my business, because she wanted me to have unlimited minutes. Because I was away from home for a while, and she couldn't talk to me because I'd run out of minutes one month. So I have Straight Talk through Walmart, and it's like $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, I think. Anyway, I also found out that batteries for these damn phones are expensive. So I went to my local pawn shop and I got the exact same telephone for $5. I couldn't buy a battery for $5, but I could get a whole phone. And I had attempted to replace the lens one time. One of these lens was $10 to ship it. So I was better off just getting a whole nother telephone for $5. But how do I get all my numbers and names that I've got saved in this telephone? How do I get them from this old phone into my new one? I was even have live stream on the YouTube channel, and people say, well, you just get a kid, you know, to sit there and just type them out to you and read them off to them, let them type them in, all that. And I got on YouTube, how do I do this? And every daggum channel that advertised, here's how you do it. It's like they were talking to a computer engineer. They just flying through that information. And I couldn't understand, I couldn't keep up, and it was frustrating me to no end. So I finally got it figured out. And this is PawPaw's guide to transferring files or transferring your contacts from one phone to the other for us old folks, okay? You young people, you don't need to watch because you already know everything in the world. So this is for those of us that, you know, this is almost alien technology to us older people. So join me, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to put the camera right on the telephone, or right on the phone, and show y'all how it works, okay? Alright, well, let's get with it. Once I finally learned how this is done, it became crystal clear. But like I said, nobody explains this stuff good or well. So, let's understand how this works. Imagine your phone is a computer, and it is a computer. But imagine it's a computer and you can stick a disk in it, okay? Well, that's exactly what this is. This is a computer, and you can put a disk or memory card in here, alright? And if you've got stuff on your hard drive in your computer, you can copy it from your hard drive in your computer onto a CD or a disk or a memory card or whatever. Same thing here. Now, I don't know about you, but I have rarely ever used some of these buttons here. I mean, I don't even know what they are. a bunch of them, you know. I push that, and ain't nothing happening. I push this one, and wallpaper, manage apps, system settings. And I know that this button right here returns me back. Well, let's talk about this thing. First of all, you want to turn it off, power it off. Your phone will shut down, okay. Because you really don't want to pull the battery out of your telephone when it's on. Okay, so let's give it. All right, the phone is now shut down. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the back off of your telephone. You want to expose your battery, and there'll be different. Everybody's got different phones, but basically, this back cover is going to come off. And in this particular phone, this right here is my battery. Okay. And this right here is my memory card. It's a little bitty tiny memory card. Just like what goes in your camera, or it's a smaller version of a disc that you plug into your computer. But this is a little memory card, and this little bitty thing holds 8 gigabytes. And I remember when computers first came out, it was amazing. You know, our floppy disk held 128 bits or bytes. Anyway, the main thing is you want to make sure that you have a memory card. You didn't have to pull out the battery, but I just showing you how it does come out, because sometimes what I do is I charge a battery in the other phone, and then when the time came, instead of me having to put my phone on charge, I just swap the batteries. But anyway, you got a memory card. All right. Now, we're going to turn this phone on, and have to let it boot up for a minute. So, turn your telephone on and let it go through whatever cycle it's got to go through to be on. This Straight Talk phone is a service of Track Phone Wireless. Now, your contacts, the names and phone numbers that you have saved in your phone, are your contacts. And what we want to do, it says it's preparing the SD card. What we want to do is we want to take the contacts out of the telephone and put them into that little memory card. So, I'm going to pull up, there's my telephone button, then I'm going to hit contacts. Alright, there's my contacts. Alright. Now, what I want to do with my contacts is I want to send them to my card. I want to take them out of the computer, out of the phone, and put them into my memory card. So I'm going to, like I want to end up sending those contacts to this telephone over here. So I'm going to export. I want to export my contacts. So I'm going to right down here. This button that you hardly ever use, you touch that. And now then, it gives me an option of import, export. And I'm going to hit that, and now then, I want to export, I want to send out my contacts to my memory card, a little SD card, okay? And all I got to do is hit export, and it says, your contact list will be exported to file, SD card, contact / whatever. This happens to be the 3rd time I've done this. So it's giving me a 3.vcf for a file. And I'm going to hit OK. And right up here, you see a little arrow was doing that right there, and what it was doing was showing you that it was moving information. Now my contacts are still in my telephone. I moved a copy of them, okay? Now, how do I get those contacts into this phone? Super simple. I'm going to turn this phone off. Let me go back to the neutral page. I'm going to turn this telephone off. Power it off. Okay, so my phone is now off. So I can take that little memory card out of this telephone. I've already shown it to you once. I can take this memory card out of this phone and I can put it in this phone. I open this up. I pull out this memory card. I open up this other telephone. Like I said, I got the same identical phone. Now, however, when you get a new phone, it may not be the same model, but it doesn't matter as long as they both have the little memory card. Alright? So then what I would do is I would take this card and I put it in this telephone over here. Oop. And what I do is I would take this card out of here, out of my original telephone, and I would put it over here in this phone. I, take that one out. Okay, so I'll take that out. I take my memory card, I put it in here just like this. Install it. Close up this phone. Oh, it says SD card is unexpectedly removed. See, they don't like that. You're supposed to have your power off. So I'm going to turn off the power. Phone will shut down. Okay, I'm going to let it shut down. Memory card is unexpectedly removed. What the hell are you doing? Okay, power's off. Now let's turn our phone back on and give it a chance to boot up. Because it is, after all, it's a little computer. I hope you don't feel I'm talking down to you. Those of you that are like me that aren't real up on all this computer stuff, it's it's hard to find someone that will explain how to do something in a simple step-by-step manner. Now, remember, I had taken my contacts were in this phone. They were not in this memory card. And I exported them from my phone into the memory card, so that now the memory card does have my contacts. And anyway, I took the card out of here. Remember, I exported from my phone into the card. I put the card in my new phone, and now then, we're going to pull up my contacts. There's my contacts. I'm going to hit this button right down here, and I'm going to import export. Now what I want to do now is I want to import all them phone numbers and names. I want to import from the card, and I want to import one vCard file. Remember, I showed you it was naming it file 000123. Well, I only need to import one of them, and I'm going to hit OK. And the one I'm going to import is number 3, because that's the one I just copied onto there. And the little arrow is working up here. It says importing 39 of 170, importing 59 of 170, importing 79 of 170, importing 99 of 170, 119 of 170. Can you imagine having to manually enter 170 names and phone numbers all over again? Importing 170 of 170. It's done. Okay? So, get X back out of that, and you would be able then to go to your contacts. You would then be able to go to your contacts and see all the contacts that you've miraculously moved over, and there they are. Okay? So that's the way it works. Real simple. And I'm going to leave that card in this phone because I noticed it was an 8 gigabyte memory and this other one's only a 4. So I'm just going to stick it in here. I'm just going to store it in this other phone. I'm not using this phone, but at least the card won't get lost. So remember, you want to export your contacts out of your phone into a memory device. Move the memory device to your new phone, and then import your contact information into your new phone. I hope I was able to explain that where you could understand it, folks, and I hope you don't feel like I was talking down to you. But boy howdy, it sure does aggravate the fool out of me when I can't understand what somebody's saying because they run 100 miles an hour. Y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.